Yeah. And it's the Daily Go Get a Message Show. What's going on, y'all? Tuesday, pretty petty. Tuesday, pretty petty. Pretty petty Tuesday. Yeah, that's Tuesday. Yeah, you might think it's Wednesday, but it's friends. Hey, everything is all right. We gonna get it pop and talk about something tonight. Hot button, you can say that. We're just trying to find some facts. We can't always find the truth, but never stop looking for the proof. So how y'all feeling, man? How y'all feeling tonight? Pretty petty Tuesday. It's a Daily Go Get-Emism show. All up in your area. I'm feeling like a real man should. I hope y'all feeling like real men and women should. Also, do you know where you're going to? Do you like the things that God is showing you? Where are you going to? Do you know? I was beating on some drums tonight. It was Tuesday, yeah, and I was feeling all right. How y'all doing, man? What's going on, man? It's the Daily Go Get Emism show. I'm your host, Sun752. Tonight, on the Daily Go Get Emism show, we are talking about transgender jobs or the economy. Transgender jobs or the economy. I don't know about y'all. And listen, I want y'all to please excuse me for coming through with these political shows. But you know, this is what's going on today. And even though a lot of people may think that they're not affected by the political climate that's going on or some of the moves that are being made, you are not shielded from this kind of thing. We all have to go to work. We all have to make a living. We all have to take care of ourselves. We have to safeguard our health. We have to make sure that we protect our babies, protect our spouses, make sure that our communities are intact. We have to make sure that our bills are paid. We have to make sure that our freedom is intact. And sometimes these things can get in the way, even if we don't think that they are. So, pardon me if it seems a little redundant, but there's just a lot going on right now. And I feel like it's time for us to iron out some of the wrinkles that are in the fabric of our society. What's going on, Recco? How you feeling? Thanks for coming on through. T Carry right morning, noon, and night. It's always great to have my peoples going directly into your site. Appreciate y'all. So tonight, listen, the motivation for this show is this. Every time I hear some Democrats or anybody bringing up talking points about the current administration and the direction that they're going and how the American citizens are in disarray because the things that Donald Trump campaigned on and the people voted for are not being addressed in the same way. Now, some people don't seem to have a problem with it. Some people don't seem to have a problem with kind of getting the bait and switch. I do, and I didn't even vote for him. Now, you can say, well, if you didn't vote for him, then what do you have to expect? Well, whether you vote for a winning or losing opponent or not, they have the duty to govern whoever is there as a citizen. So it's not like you can only govern the people who voted for you, even though he tries to kick that kind of bullshit. He's very, very divisive. And besides all of that, I noticed that they keep bringing up this whole transgender thing. Now, what I want to find out tonight is what is the importance level of transgender to the general public. Now, I know that the only people that we'll be able to poll as a sample size are the people who come to this show tonight. And of course, that won't be representative of everybody or every American that lives in the United States. Nonetheless, we can get a general consensus of the way that we feel, because there's a good chance that it may really be a pressing issue for you. And it may be something that's not important to you at all. Or it could be something that you don't even really think about. I don't transgender. I don't really think about this. It could happen. It may be something that's not even on your radar, like not something that you think about at all. So we're going to get into that tonight. Transgender, jobs or the economy. Which one is important to you? Far be it from me to advocate for anything, dealing with the LGBTQIA, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J. That's not my thing. That's not my lifestyle. That's not something that I follow, believe in, or even support. But it's also something that I cannot stop. And I don't even have an interest in stopping it. I mean, when you're younger, you feel some kind of way about that shit because there's a clear line drawn in the sand back in our day. Back in my day, there was a clear line drawn in the sand between gay and straight. Nowadays, shoot, they got so many different ways to be gay. You can be straight and be gay, from what I understand. They got shit like gate, stray. Yeah, I mean, they coming up with ways to be more and more inclusive. But anyway, that's not an issue in my home. That's not something that I have to deal with up close and personal. And even if you are a person that has to deal with it up close and personal, like maybe you have a family member that is gay or whatever, or trying to be trans or whatever, it doesn't necessarily mean that it consumes your whole life. It doesn't mean that it consumes your whole thought process. It doesn't mean that that's something that's on your mind all the time, every waking moment of your life. It doesn't mean that it's like that. What religion is this? No religion over here. We're not doing religion. We're not doing religion. We do thoughts and we do human beings, but we don't do religion. This is no place for that. Now, I believe in God and I do have a religion, but this ain't the place for all of that. Shirley Sure, the world's most precious and greatest pearl in the world. Shirley Sure, the world's most precious and greatest pearl in the world. What's going on, Ma? How you feeling? Jack Brody. What's going on, Jack Brody? So yeah, that's not that with the other things that are going on in the world, whether I'm talking about my world, your world, the world. I just think that there are just other things that we might want to concern ourselves with, and that we probably do concern ourselves with. But why is it every time I'm watching? Oh, what the hell? No, we're not doing this. We're not doing this. Hold on, son. No. We on the wrong. Hold on, I have to get the numbers straight. For those of y'all who have never been here before, this is a totally interactive show. You can call into the show. You can talk live on the air and express the way that you feel, and you can say the way that you think, and you can just get it off your chest, within reason. I mean, I say totally uncensored, but like I said the other day, I'm not gonna lose my channel over any subject, topic, or caller. You know what I'm saying? We're not doing all of that. We're not doing all of that. But check it out. Okay, so like how much does this whole transgender thing, how much time does it take up in your head? I mean, is it like something that, what do they say, something that's living rent free inside your head? Or is it just something like, sometimes I rhyme slow, sometimes I rhyme quick. Sometimes I rhyme slow, sometimes I rhyme quick. I mean, what is it? What is it? Because I'm honestly thinking that it ain't that deep. But for a lot of people, maybe it is. Maybe it is. I'm going to put a poll question up in a minute. And see where we are with this thing. See exactly where we are with this whole trans. In the meantime, hit the like button. Please hit the like button, share the show, subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet. This is the Daily Go-Getterism Show. I'm your host, Sun752. I'm feeling like a real man should. I hope y'all feeling like real men and women should. Also, we are talking about transgender jobs or the economy. Which one, if you had to rank those three, which one, like, how would you rank it? Jobs, economy, trans. Is there anybody that would put trans first as an issue that is most pressing in their mind? I mean, I'm just interested to know. I'm not saying that, whether you're gay or straight or whatever, that's not even a relevant issue. But as far as the time, the space that it takes up in your mind, your thought process, the things that you care about from the time that you wake up in the morning and the time that you go to bed, how would you rank the whole, those three things: transgender, jobs, or the economy? And you can add in more if you like. Now, for me, it's easy. Mine would be jobs, the economy, and trans. And I would put a whole lot of things in front of trans. It's just not an issue for me. Now, I don't know if it's because I don't have to deal with transgenders on a regular basis, on a daily basis, or whatever. And that could be it. But I don't know. For some reason, it just doesn't seem like something that should be in the forefront of your political agenda. Somehow, I'm thinking like, what's one of the things that people talk about the most when they talk about what's a problem out here? Now, I hear people talking about the prices of eggs. The price of eggs seem to be a very pressing issue. I don't hear people talk about the other things that are available in the grocery store that are high. that they can't deal with, or that really pisses them off. But they talk about those eggs, man. They talk about them eggs. Egg prices through the roof, and people mad about it. And I can't blame them for being mad about it, but I'm just thinking, like, this egg shit is a real thing, huh? All right. Let me see. Craig Joe says, jaw BS. I don't know that. I don't know what that is. And Hello Monkey says, personally, I would put trans as one of the lower ended issues, as it is not really hurting anyone, in my opinion. I share the same opinion. Like, but when I see these bloggers, I can't say blog. I'm going to say reporters. When I see reporters and they're interviewing constituents of like Democrats and stuff like that, and Democrats are complaining about what's going on with DOGE, and they're talking about what Elon Musk is doing and whether it's legal or not, because it doesn't seem like he has the authority to be throwing his weight around and getting people fired and giving people ultimatums and bullying people and things like that. They're quick to bring up this whole transgender issue. Like, oh yeah, you Democrats, you love your trans. I guess you don't care about your kids having to go to school with transgenders, or going to school and getting transgender surgery. By the way, that is some bullshit. Like, I don't even know where they get that shit from. There are no kids going to school, coming home. Like, don't worry, William is not going to go to school and come home Wilhelmina. That's not happening. I don't even know where they get that shit from. But that type of propaganda is dangerous. And it seems to be one of the defenses that I see the GOP make when it comes to arguing, things that are going on in the political spectrum. And I'm like, trans. To me, y'all can let me know how y'all feel, but to me, it would be like me and you arguing about who's the best guitarist. Like, yo, yeah, I think Jimi Hendrix was the best guitarist ever. He revolutionized electric guitar in music. Couldn't nobody play like him. And maybe you argue, I don't know, Eddie Van Halen, Jimmy Page, who's the dude from the Keith Richards, whoever, insert your favorite guitarist, Prince, for all I know. Yeah. It would be like we arguing about who's the best on guitar, and then when I make my argument stronger than you like for me to make it, then you say something like, but yeah, you ugly though, and you can't fight. Is Jimi Hendrix the best guitarist or not? You're like, what difference does it make? I mean, why do you have to bring my looks into it? And whether I can fight or not? Like, what are we doing? We were just talking about the best guitarist. That's how I'm feeling when they bring up this whole transgender thing. When we talking about the issues that the public cares about, and also take issue with how certain Republicans, certain politicians are trying to almost gaslight you or play mind control. Like, yeah, the American public doesn't really care about that. They care about this. I'm like, well, how do you know that? I mean, even if you polled some Americans, how many participated in the poll for you to come to the conclusion that most Americans really care about transgender over, I don't know, the price of eggs? Because I hear them complaining about the price of eggs. I don't know, jobs being lost, jobs being taken away, farmers not, getting the type of aid, U.S. aid going down. I'm thinking that these things are more important to them because these things are going to directly affect them. But they say that it's transgender. They say that it's transgender. All right. Craig Joe says number one problem is fractional reserve bank. Third Fractional reserve banking? Do you mean Federal Reserve Bank? Yo, you got to go back to the lab and write that right. I don't know if you doing I don't know if you doing like talk to text or something like that, but yo, you got to kind of get that together, homie. Once you get it together, we going to be all right. But you got to get it together. You know what I'm saying? You got to put some repair on that thing. It's going to work. It's going to work. But it ain't working right now. It ain't working right now. Craig Joe says Jimi Hendrix was overrated. Chuck Berry is the grandfather of rock and roll. Yeah, but did Chuck Berry play the guitar better than Jimi Hendrix? Because Chuck Berry is definitely a rock and roll pioneer, but did he revolutionize the way that people play the guitar? Like, did the guitar sound different after Chuck Berry? You know, Chuck Berry's that. That. It's kind of regular. No reverb. You talk about Jimi Hendrix, you talking about, I mean, it's back in the 60s. Man. He was killing shit. Greg just said, but don't let that distract you from the fact that the Federal Reserve, okay, you did mean the Federal Reserve. I got you. The Federal Reserve needs to go. I felt like the Federal Reserve should have never been created. And it's interesting because I used to work at the Federal Reserve Bank, the one in Philly. I used to work there. So I know the history, the JP Morgan thing. I get it. And you're right, it does have to go. But the same way that we were baited and switched when the Federal Reserve was created, how do we know that we're not being baited and switched for those who talk about tearing it down? Because we have to deal with the same lack of transparency with the Federal Reserve Bank and the IRS as the people who say that they're trying to tear it down, audit it, and all that kind of shit. They aren't to be trusted either. So which untrustworthy entity are we supposed to trust? Because as soon as you start they're quick to throw numbers out there. Oh yeah, we're finding all of these billions in fraud and waste. Okay. But when you ask them, okay, from what agency? I'm saying we found it. We're finding more and more. We're about to tell you. Like, no, why don't you tell us now? And how about a name? Throw a name out there. Throw an agency out there. Give us somebody that where we can pin our thoughts onto who it is. We may know more about it than we thought we knew. But they want to start talking about transgender. Huh? Really? Ooh says, sup, Snoop. I don't know who the fuck you talking to, but it's all good. Thanks for coming through. Says Recco says, no, Chuck was always better at dancing too. Yeah, I don't remember Jimi Hendrix being listen, Jimi Hendrix. See, but this is what we're not going to do. We're not going to act like Jimi Hendrix didn't revolutionize the electric guitar. We're not going to do that. You're not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. Nobody's going to do it. I'm not saying that Jimi Hendrix was the best guitarist ever. But to suggest, to act, to pretend like he didn't revolutionize playing the electric guitar is absurd. Totally absurd. Totally, dude. Totally. You hear you hear Hendrix in almost any modern guitar. You know who really copied Jimi Hendrix and just wasn't even 1/8, 100th as good? Lenny Kravitz. The riffs in the beginning of the like those easy ass riffs. Those are some easy ass riffs. But hey, it's all good. It's all good. Craig Joe, appreciate you. Oh, you gave me a sub? All right, well, we celebrate that over here. Thank you. Appreciate it. Thank you, my brother. Thank you. Appreciate it. But yeah. So, yeah, there's so many things going on in the political spectrum right now. Like, it'll make your head spin. It's to the point where you have to try to decide which issue you're going to stand behind or try to tackle or try to disseminate or try to break down or try to dissect or try to remedy or whatever, or even just something that you're trying to address. Like, what are you going to do? You got trying to annex Mexico and I'm sorry, Mexico and Canada. You want to jump on that? All right, because in the meantime, then you got this shit going on over the Palestinian Israeli conflict. You want to jump on that? Because if you jump on that, in the meantime, then you got this shit going on with Russia and Ukraine. And it looks like the United States or Donald Trump is going to push Ukraine to just give up their shit and let Russia have it. You want to jump on that? Because in the meantime, then you got this shit going on over here with these oligarch ass billionaires that seem to be plugged right into the White House, and they seem to be running shit or kissing the ring or bowing down, maybe blowing the president or whatever. You want to jump on that? Because they seem to be making all the decisions. They changing around the algorithm on social media platforms or whatever, which means that they are directly controlling the flow of information and whether you can learn something that's true or false. You want to jump on that? Because if you jump on that, then you might have to address the fact that the president, the current administration, ran on reducing reducing inflation and bringing back affordability in food, gas, housing, rent. You want to jump on that? Because that's not being addressed at all on any level whatsoever. And that was supposed to be done on day one. So you want to jump on that? Because if you jump on that, then you got this whole Gulf of America thing. The rest of the world does not recognize the Gulf of America because it's really the Gulf of Mexico. You want to jump on that? Okay, well, because if you jump on that, then this thing going over here with the EU, freezing the United States because they are no longer considering the United States to be an ally because, Donald Trump is like, fuck Europe, fuck all that. Only part of Europe I'm worried about is Russia, and I mess with a little bit of Asia. Well, Russia is in Asia if you get a map, you know what I mean? So there's a lot going on so how do you fit transgender into the middle of that? Because I'm like, with those things going on, the whole tariff thing, and the stock market is plummeting right now. Yeah, that shit nasty. It's nasty. It's bad, baby. And the thing about it is you cannot argue that the economy is in good shape when the stock market is plummeting. There's no way you can do that. There's no way you can argue, and the previous administration proved that your pockets can be low, your pay can be low, and it can be hard for you to afford things, and the economy can still be in tip-top shape. Why? Because the stock market is high. Now, right now, the stock market is low. And guess what? It's still hard for you to afford things. You have not made any more money than you were making yet. And it's not looking good. The prices of food, rent, gas is going up. 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 Are you mad because you're not blowing up? Yeah, fuck the fame. You need a couple of dollars. I need a little bit of cash and some ass. I think it's a task to get a little far ahead before you're dead. And you're trying to make sure that your generational wealth is good while you got your health. And if you can't do it, if you can't flow just like fluid, ain't nothing to it. Well, actually it is. But you gotta handle your biz. Time's getting harder, y'all. Yo, my starter, y'all, just went inside my vehicle. Shit is mad as shit. I see it through. And you see it too. All right, let me see. Avinash says, you on about, bruh? You on about, bruh? I don't know. Break it down for me, son. I don't understand the lingo. I'm trying to. Jeff Sprayberry says, you got some serious hate going on in your blood, my man, but I still love you. That's not about hate. It's not about hate. See, if I was a hater, a hater don't have facts. A hater doesn't come with receipts. See, you got, Jeff, you gotta be careful about who you call, what you call hate and who you call a hater. Now, it's a fact that I don't like the man. I don't like Donald Trump, but I never had. Way before he became president, I've never been a fan. Never liked him. I do not forgive him for that Central Park 5 shit. I do not listen. I'm the wrong person to let you see somebody do wrong too. Like I don't forget that kind of shit. And you don't wash it away, especially if you've never even apologized for it and don't even want to acknowledge it when it's brought up. You just sort of like, I say they did it. I still say they're guilty just because you don't want it. Well, I don't fuck with that. And that's not what a leader does. And I know a lot about leadership. I know a whole lot about leadership. So I know what a leader is supposed to do, and I know what a leader is not supposed to do. And he just exemplifies a lot of things that a leader isn't supposed to do. But fuck all of that. Fuck all of that. Whether I like him or not, it does not matter. He wants to run around, him and his constituents want to run around talking about promises made, promises kept. Well, the biggest promise that he made that would get a whole lot of people off of his back was the promise that he was going to reduce inflation. So what could make him more popular? Because he loves popularity. He loves popularity. He's always talking about ratings and things that a whole lot of leaders have never ever talked about. So, he believes that if everybody loves it, then it must be great. And if nobody likes it, or if nobody acknowledges it, then it must not be worth anything. That's the way he thinks, and that's the way he encourages other people to think. So, all right. So a popular issue that he ran on was reducing inflation. Reducing inflation. Making things more affordable like they used to be. Okay. So when are we going to start? Because he said he was going to do it on day one. He said he was going to do it on day one. Now, if you look at the things that he did on day one, now you look at the things he did on day one. The immigration thing, he addressed that on day one. The fraud and waste thing, he addressed that on day one. Releasing the January 6th insurrectionists, he did that on day one. And have you seen the prior criminal records of a lot of those J6 hostages, as he could? Have you seen what the Yo, they should not have been released, man. Them motherfuckers, woo! I'm not even talking about the one that died and the one that got rearrested. I ain't talking about them motherfuckers got all kinds of sex crimes against them, sexual assault with minors and all. Yeah. But he got them released day one. Nobody even gave a shit about that. I mean, just keep it a buck. Nobody really cared about that. People do. What do people complain about the most when it comes to our economy and our daily living? They talking about those gas prices and they talking about the price of eggs. If I hear somebody complain again about the price of eggs one more time, I don't know what I'm going to do. I didn't even know it was that deep, but it is. Just because something doesn't affect me doesn't mean that it doesn't affect society as a whole or the population as a whole. It does. So when is that going to get addressed? Because it was supposed to be addressed on day one. So since I'm such a hater, I'm sorry that I'm such a hater. All I want you to do is keep your word. The same way as I don't know all of y'all, but if I tell y'all that I'm going to do something for you, then I'm sure that the next day you're going to be looking for me to do it, or sometime in the immediate future. If I gave you a timeline, if I gave you a definitive timeline of when I was supposed to do something for you, I'm sure that you're going to look for it to be done. Because if I don't get it done when I said that I was going to get it done, I either have to come back with a reason, an excuse, or another date in order to fix it. Like maybe I need more time or something like that. So when is it? What we got? What we got? The economy is getting worse, huh? You know what? Oh, and them tariffs. Yo, he addressed that on day one too. He said he would. He addressed them tariffs. Now, is it me or haven't I heard the word tariff in about, I don't know, a week or two? We haven't been talking a whole lot about tariffs. Tariffs. It was supposed to be the end all be all of his current administration. All right. Wyatt Roberts, what's good? Thanks for coming through. Appreciate you. Luke Starling, what's good, man? Said, look how much land you get for your money in Portugal. Thank me later. Well. Everybody, let's move to Portugal. I know a little bit of Spanish, but I don't know no Portuguese. And I don't want to move to Europe. I don't want to do it. You want to do it? I don't want to do it. Brian Carter says, what I miss, eggs about $6 a carton. Well, shoot, from what I've been hearing, $6 a carton ain't all that bad. From what I've been hearing, $6 a carton is like, yo, hold on, man. Let's get to, we already like almost 40 minutes in. Let me get this poll question popping. I'm sorry, I meant to give y'all a little poll question. We're going to do a little poll question. Let me see. Okay. Simple poll question. Hold on. Get it right. Do you think that the transgender issue is as important as the economy or inflation? Do you think that the transgender issue is as important as the price of eggs, the price of rent, the price of buying a new home, the price of gas? Is stock market? Is it as important? Yeah, because to some people it might be. So that's the poll question. Let's have at it. Please participate in the poll if you would be so kind. And please, as you come through, man, please hit the like button. Share the show. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed to the channel. This is the Daily Go Getimism Show. I'm your host, Son752, aka Omar with the. And if you can't say Omar with the, well, then you just say Omar with the R. And we're talking about transgender, jobs, or the economy. Transgender, jobs, or the economy. Oh, should I say, and the economy? My bad. Brian Carter says, remember Trump had 4 AC casinos. They all got shut down. Man, I remember, you remember, everybody around here remembers. We from Philly, man, 60 minutes from AC. How do you bankrupt the damn casino? How do you do that? 4 of them? He was running Atlantic City. He was running. Seca Sala. My people, sake of salad. Thanks for coming on through, man. Always good to see you, my dude. Always good to see you. So yeah, I don't know. I've seen multiple interviews, like even with the boy, what's his name? Sean Hannity. Sean Hannity. He doing interviews talking about this transgender shit. I'm like, transgender? So the dude he was interviewing was talking about the economy. They was talking about inflation. They was talking about immigration. They was talking about this whole DOGE thing. They was talking about how all of these investigations are supposed to be taking place, and or how all of these veterans are losing their jobs, and all these federal workers are losing their jobs, and more jobs are going to be lost, and they're not replacing the jobs with any other jobs. So, you know what I mean? Jobs. You know, people need jobs. How you going to make money if you ain't got no job? Everybody can't be a hustler, and even if you hustle, it's still a job. I'm just saying. So, he wanted to talk about it, yeah, but the whole, what's your position on the whole transgender thing? Like, fuck all that money shit. Fuck the hell with the job. You already got a job. And the hell with the price of eggs. And you gonna buy the eggs no matter what they cost. And don't worry about them immigrants, man. You know what I mean? They made their bed, now they gonna lie in it. You're an American citizen. Don't worry about who got to go back home. Yeah, and then the whole DOGE thing. You know what I mean, why wouldn't you want to expose fraud and waste? You know, don't you want to know who has been really cheating you? But yeah, the transgender thing. What's up with the transgender? Like, don't nobody give a. Come on, son. Nobody give a fuck about that transgender shit. I don't know. Like I said, I don't support the RSTUVW. I don't support all of that. There are people that I know who do, and that's an issue for them. But guess what? It's not as pressing of an issue of whether they're going to have a job tomorrow, whether they're going to be able to afford food to put on their table to feed their family. It's definitely not as important to them as that. It's not as important. So what are we talking about? What are we talking about? Crispy Bacon, what's good? He says, hello, sir. The economy of butt plugs or what? He says, sir, I'm impressed about your turnaround. I'm glad you see really more than most people. Turnaround. I haven't grown, nigga. This is me. I'm 54 years old. I don't know how old you are, but I haven't changed shit. Nothing that I say on this show will be any different than what I've been talking about for the last 20 years. And I mean nothing. I have not changed my stance on anything. But I guess I was born with a sense of justice. Like, as long as you keep it out of my crib and most importantly, out of my eyesight, I'm all right with it. They have places where this is what you do. It's just like with drugs. I don't do drugs. I don't even drink. I don't drink, smoke, you know what I mean? Clean body. However, there are people who don't want a clean body. There are people who want to drink. There are people who want to smoke. There are people who want to do drugs. There are places and circles where that can be done. I ain't got no problem with it. I don't have no problem. Listen, in order to get home every night, I drive through this neighborhood called Kensington. Y'all may have heard of it. If you know anything about Philadelphia, you know, they always highlight the best, the worst, and the poorest, and the most ratchet and downtrodden things about Philadelphia. You know, like, you know, recently the Eagles won the Super Bowl, and they talked about how rowdy and ignorant and violent our fans were and all that kind of shit. You know, yeah, well, whatever. But I have to ride through this neighborhood called Kensington. And in Kensington, there are all of these drug addicts, these dope fiends. So you see a whole lot of leaning and dipping and all of that. I gotta ride through that every night. And I always take a good look when I'm riding through, because I can't believe when it's cold outside that they are out there homeless and still getting high. Like, what are the chances that you're going to make it to another day? But they have chosen that path in their lives. So that don't really, my general concern about the common man is what it is. But I can't make you be what I want you to be. You have to find yourself and decide for yourself what you're going to do with yourself, what you want to be, and where you're going to go. It's up to you. I can encourage you. I can even assist you. I can help you out. But I can't make you be what I want you to be. I can make people do some other things. Yeah, I've forced some people to do some shit. But I can't make them. I've never forced anybody to be what I want them to be because it can't happen. They can pretend, but I can't make it happen. I'm not blessed with that kind of magic. Okay. Sega Sala says, I went into a restroom once and a trans was putting his makeup on, shaking my head. I thought I went into the wrong restroom at first, even said my bad to the dude. Yeah, I got a problem with that. I do. I have a problem with people who were born male or female, trying to use the bathroom of the opposite sex. Talking about, well, that's because I feel like I'm them, then I should use their. No. It's a safety issue. Even if you don't have any bad intentions, it's still a safety issue. And I'm not even saying that you might be the aggressor or the predator. You could just be the one. You could just be the one who gets your ass beat by men or women because you are an outsider in the wrong bathroom. So, yeah, we ain't gonna do that. Okay, Chris says, the Trump hater, now you love DOGE. No, I don't love no fucking DOGE. What are you talking? Oh, you listen with different ears. No, I don't love no DOGE. Where you get that shit from? No, I don't love nothing they do. It could be raining cats and dogs. If they tell me it's raining, I'm be like, this is not rain. I don't know what this shit is coming from the sky, but it's definitely not rain because they are not capable of saying anything factual or telling the truth in any kind of way. No, they are truth challenged. So Nah, crispy bacon. Nah, Chris. And he says, I'm always willing to change my opinion based on facts. You have to always be willing to learn. I'm always willing to learn. But I'm a very good judge of character, and I'm very perceptive when it comes to certain people. So the Donald Trump that y'all love is the Donald Trump that came from The Apprentice and shit like that. The Donald Trump that I can't stand comes from the 1970s, the 80s, and beyond that. That's the Donald Trump that I have nothing but contempt for. And he can't fix that. And he doesn't even try to. And he doesn't want to. And he's not going to. So I'm going to stay back where I met him because he hasn't advanced in that regard. And you said, okay, Jug Ra says, I don't think transgender people aren't a problem at all. It doesn't affect my life. Oh, you mean they aren't a problem at all? Okay. Chrissy Baker says, unless they are affecting other people, other people should be allowed to do what they choose, even if it's harmful to themselves. To a certain degree, I agree with that. To a certain degree, I do. To a certain degree, I totally agree. Where I disagree totally is if a man was born with a penis and he's trying to use a bathroom for women who were born with a vagina, I got a problem with that. Not going to happen. And I don't go for that, transgender in sports. A transgender woman, which is really a man, that's calling himself a woman should not be able to compete with women in women's sports. A man, whether you are gay, straight, transgender, the way you feel does not govern the testosterone that's in your body. It may determine the level of testosterone, but it doesn't take away from the fact that you have more testosterone than any woman at that stage in your life. So you're going to be naturally stronger than any of the women pound for pound. And so you have an unfair advantage. And now I don't think that that's right. However, people in that school district, people in that sport, or in that state or county or whatever, city, state, county, whatever, that's something for them to make laws about. That don't have nothing to do with when I go into the market and I see a carton of eggs and they talk about $8 to $10, $8 to $12 for a carton of eggs, 12 eggs. That's a problem. That's a problem. So before I give a shit about what's going on in some transgender world, I need to fix that. Can we fix that? Can we fix that? When I get my paycheck every month, I mean every other week or whatever, and I look at I see my pay stub, I see my net pay, and whether or not I'm satisfied with that, but it's the same. It's the same every time I get paid. But then when I look at my list of deductions, when I look at my at the list of things that have of the money that I'm not getting, yeah, I got a problem with that. I do. I have a direct problem with that because that directly affects my ability to live. So you take money out of my check. You take as much money out of my check as you possibly can, and then you want me to pay you a little bit more when it's time to file my tax returns. So you telling me that I didn't give you enough throughout the year. Now you want some more. And if I don't give it to you, there's going to be a problem somewhere down the line. And I might have to either get on a payment plan or I might have to go to jail. I got a problem with that. And the problem I have with that is major. Okay. Chris says, I had nothing but hate for Trump through his first term, but after Joe Biden, we need to change. But that's not change because he was before Biden. That's not a change. Whether you understand it, accept it, believe it or not, Joe Biden did a pretty good job coming out of the pandemic. Compared to other countries, he did a phenomenal job. I know on Fox News, they don't want to report that and they won't. But it's a fact. And history is going to treat Joe Biden very well. But there's a big difference between a Joe Biden and a Donald Trump. Because Joe Biden doesn't have a whole movement that's branded. There are no Joe Biden hats, watches, sneakers, coins, t-shirts. What else? What else does he sell? Bibles, commemorative this, that, and the third. People don't bring up Joe Biden like he's nobody says that Joe Biden was the best president ever that we ever had in this country. Nobody says that. People have the nerve, the audacity to say things like that about Donald Trump. Totally fucking ridiculous. I feel the same way about that as when the notorious B.I.G. died. March 9th, 1997, and Puffy just threw it out there. He was the greatest rapper that ever lived. And people actually started saying that shit. I was like, the greatest rapper that ever lived. Biggie? Biggie was good. Maybe Biggie was great. But the greatest rapper that ever lived, that was a slap in the face to the rappers that are still alive. Even when Tupac first died, nobody said he was the greatest rapper ever. But since Puffy put that shit out there for Biggie, and people started saying, well, nah, maybe Tupac was the best. So it's either Biggie #1 or Pac #1. I'm like, fuck out of here. You must be kidding me. Jug says, in response to Crispy Bacon about them being in the bathroom with a kid, I think that can apply to anyone of gender or sexuality. Predators come in all shapes or sizes. And Chris says, I'm saying, if you want to hang around your house in a dress, do what you do. If you want to walk around town, who cares? Stay out of the bathroom. Stay out of my life. Okay. Brian, that Philly boy. What you just? Brian, that Philly boy. DMX was bigger. Well, you know, DMX came after both of them. And DMX, for a time, you could arguably say that he was bigger than both of them. But X didn't care about being bigger than both of them. I think they actually cared about that shit while they were alive. I don't think, like, X didn't give off that. And it could be because X was getting high all the time. Like, you know, he came into the game a crackhead already. I mean, it's just a fact. So his focus was different. Like, X really just wanted to rock. He really just wanted to grab the mic and you know, show everybody what he could do. His energy was, X was dope, man. Rest in peace, X. DMX was dope. But I wouldn't say that he was bigger than Biggie or Tupac. He did some unprecedented things in hip hop, and his contribution cannot be discounted. But I don't know if he was bigger than both of them. I don't know. It's hard. But for my money, like if you said, all right, you got to pick between DMX, Biggie, and Tupac, I'm taking X over both of them all day. Biggie second. Pac, yeah, I don't even need Pac. Like, but that's me. Pac wasn't lyrical enough for me. He just wasn't. He wasn't lyrical enough for me. He wasn't a mic rocker. You know what I'm saying? His voice was for those he was speaking to, but he wasn't my thing. Brian says, yo, it's homecoming, shut New York down. Okay. X or Biggie? Okay. Chris says, people don't bring up Joe Biden because they're afraid to wake him up. Brian says, Tupac had more albums. He did, but he didn't have more albums while he was alive. So I don't know, you know, all those posthumous albums, can you really count that? I mean, I guess you got to count it in the numbers. But I'm really, like with Biggie. Biggie had exactly one album while he was alive. Not even two. Life After Death was not released until Biggie was dead already. You can't, I'm just saying. Machiavelli was not released until Tupac was gone. So do we count that? Do we count that? Now you can say that, all right, Biggie album was finished already, so you got to count it. Okay, I'll give him that. So Biggie had a total of 2 albums, 3 total, even after his death. 3 albums. You telling me that the best rapper who ever lived had 2 albums completed? That's what you're trying to tell me. Oh yeah, well, you know, yeah, but Biggie had a lot of cameos, and you know, look what he did for Total, and look what he was on Martin. And, come on, man, 2 albums, son, 2 albums. He never even lived to see the success of his second album. So in his lifetime, he was a one-hit wonder. I know I ain't trying to diss, but it is what it is. You can't change what it. And Tupac, okay, he had 3 albums. Wait, did he have 4? He had Tupacalypse Now. What was the second album that he was called? Me Against the World? Was that? I think he had an album in between there. Because Brenda had a baby. He wasn't wild yet. So, let me see. Timeline of albums by Tupac. Okay, here we go. Tupacalypse Now, Me Against the World, All Eyes on Me. Those were the 3 albums that he made while he was alive. Me Against the World was an East Coast album. That wasn't even a West Coast album. Me Against the World, he is talking all East Coast shit because he was born in Harlem, New York, raised in Harlem, New York, graduated Baltimore, Maryland. And then after he graduates high school, he goes to Oakland, California. And now it's California love. I was like, y'all going for that? Fraud City. Yeah. Don Illuminati, Machiavelli album, that he was not alive. But he was working on this. So I guess we got to give him 4 albums. Released in 1996, this album was finished in 7 days during the first week of August. And he was killed. Well, he died in September. Yeah, all of those other albums and stuff, he wasn't alive. So Tupacalypse Now, Me Against the World, All Eyes on Me, and Don Illuminati, The Seventh Day Theory, the Machiavelli album. Well, we can argue all we want. I mean, he was on Martin. Yeah. I'm saying he had 2 albums. We run around and trying to tell somebody he the greatest rapper ever lived. He had 2 albums. Chris says, rest in peace, ODB. He had 2 albums too. Like, dang. Solo album, but he had albums with the Jug says Biggie was on Martin, by the way, not Pop. That's what I was talking about. I was talking about Biggie. Brian says, I get around. All right, Chris says, I assume you never listened to Dear Mama. How can you not respect music like that? I said he wasn't lyrical enough, and he's not. He wasn't. You can't compare a Tupac to somebody like a Nas or a Jay-Z. Why? Because they're lyrical. You can't compare somebody like Tupac to even Biggie. Biggie was lyrical. He was lyrical. He put shit together. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, more metaphor, and like Pac had more feeling. You could argue that he had more soul. So he had the shit that people could feel, but it wasn't the lyrics. He wasn't lyrical. He wasn't the type give Pac the mic and let him rock. He not gonna rock a party. He couldn't do that. He wasn't lyrical. I ain't saying he wasn't good, but he wasn't lyrical. Like, imagine comparing a Biggie to a Big Daddy Kane. Big Daddy Kane was a lyrical monster. Kool G Rap, lyrical monster. Like, you just can't compare some things and some people. Just can't do it. You can't do it. Dear Mama. That's the song you want to go with? I can see if you said like, I don't know, No More Pain. Even How Do You Want It? Something like that. You, Dear Mama? You from the West Coast? You are appreciated. Brian says, Wu-Tang what, son? Chris says, that was a great album. Just like the Sex Pistols. Never mind the Bullocks. Jug says, I'll listen to any genre as long as it sounds good. Sounds fair to me. Brian says, Rakim to God. That's what they say. Look, man, y'all want to get me on this hip hop shit because I get deep. Chris says, Nas is not bad. I listen to all music. You have to have a good beat in the flow. Well, lyrically, Nas is an animal. I mean, you have some rappers that are lyrical, and then you have some rappers that are more, I don't know, you could say they was funky. You know, they got a different kind of it factor, but their it factor may not lie in their lyrics. Chris said, Sugar Hill had a hell of a flow. I don't know about. If you would have said Treacherous 3, I would have agreed with it. What happened to Nas though? Nothing happened to Nas. He just released the album not long ago. Jug says, what about some Memphis rappers? What do you mean, like 8 Ball and MJG? Damn, what's the boy who got killed last year? Actually, it was in 2023. Damn, what was his name? He was good. He was good. Memphis has had some good rappers. They've had some good rappers. Jug says Memphis was genuinely underrated when it came to rap. Yeah, Young Dolph. Yeah, Young Dolph. Dolph was dope, man. That was... yeah, that was messed up. Chris says, keep your head up. Brenda's Got a Baby had way too many songs that we chalk it up to opinion, man. You're not going... I had the albums. I know the songs. I had all of Tupac's albums while he was alive. So he wasn't lyrical, dog. He wasn't lyrical. But you have to understand what I'm talking about when I say lyrical. David Figueroa, by the way, what's up, son? And he He says, I feel the economy issue is a really complicated thing that needs more emphasis to make more sustainable for future generations. Perfect example is housing market. Exactly. So how do we get to the point where we even give a shit about what's going on with transgender rights and all that? One thing about Donald Trump's administration, ain't gonna be no transgender, ain't gonna be none of that LGBTQ shit. Ain't gonna be none of that. From the years of 2017 to 2021, you didn't hear a peep from the LGBTQ because they know Donald Trump is not going for that. He's not accepting their money, their donations, their lobbying. It's not gonna happen. They gotta wait until a Democrat gets back in office. They gotta wait until a liberal gets back in office because ain't no conservative gonna do it. And I get it. And I'm not taking up for them at all. But what I'm saying is, we got bigger fish to fry than some motherfucking LGBTQ. Like, what are we talking about? Like, is it even a thing? Is it even like, are we having this conversation? Seriously, like, this is me and this is you. Are we really having a conversation about some LGBTQ or some transgender? Like, when you go to the grocery store, when you go to your local grocery store or your market, whatever you call it in your region, and you spend $200 on food, and you realize that maybe you have a family of 4 or something like that, you, your spouse, and 2 children at the very least, and you realize that $200 is not going to take y'all, it's not even going to get y'all through a week because the prices of the groceries is so high. That's not even going to get you through a week. As a matter of fact, it may be absurd to even be talking in that realm. Like, maybe how much would y'all say that, yeah, let's do this. Since this transgender shit is so pressing. For those of y'all who have a family, wife, kids, husband, kids, whatever. For a family of 5, mom, dad, 3 children, how much per week would you say it costs to feed them effectively when buying food at your supermarket? How much would you say it costs? How much would you have to spend per week? And then we can calculate the cost for a month. Let's see. Because $200 worth of groceries used to really get you a good amount of food. It is, man, you look at the amount of grocery bags that you have when you leave the supermarket after paying $200 for food, and you realize, like, man, shit has changed. Shit has changed. We doing bad out here. We doing bad. So how much would y'all say that it costs? Help me out. What we doing? Please let me know. For a family of 5, mom, dad, 3 children, per week, how much does it cost to feed everybody effectively? My man Omar, my namesake, was good. Okay, Chris, you from the West Coast. No wonder. That's why you think Tupac is great. And I don't know why, because he ain't from there. He's not from the West Coast. Out of all the places he lived there the shortest time. From birth to 13 years old or 14 years old, he lived in Harlem. Born and raised. He knows the New York way. He went to high school down in Maryland. They moved down in Maryland, Baltimore. That's how he met Jada Pinkett Smith. Graduated high school of performing arts. He was actually a little fruity. If you look at the videos of when Tupac was an actor, I'm an actor. I should be. He was a little fruity. Goes to the West Coast after graduating high school, 17, 18 years old, whatever. Went out there to become an actor. He can rap too, but he came back to New York. Where did he go to jail? New York. Why? Because he lived in New York. He moved back to New York. I mean, this ain't hard. Cheryl Halsey, what's good? Thanks for coming on through, man. Appreciate you. Chris says Kendrick is killing it now. Rest in peace, Drake. Drake will be back. Drake will be back. Not that I have a dog in the fight. Jug says Kendrick is overrated. Dude was practically non-existent and off the radar before he dissed Drake and used that to come back into the limelight. That's actually true. Joe Halsey says, yes, we do have bigger fish to fry, son. We do. If transgender rights and all of that shit is living rent free in your head, man, you need to raise the rent. If transgender rights, that LGBTQ shit is living rent free in your head over the economy, jobs, affordability, you need to raise the rent. Chris, you say $300 for a family of 5? Okay. For a family of 5? Maybe. Sure, Halsey says $500 a week. $500 a week for a family of 5. Ooh. Shit, I hope y'all eating good too. It better be some steak. It better be some good seafood in there too. Okay, but if it costs $500 a week to feed a family of 5, or if it costs $300, at $300, we talking about $1,200 a month just on food. That is unacceptable, yo. That's unacceptable. And if Cheryl is talking about $500 a week for a family of 5, then we talking about $2,000 in perishables. Food, we talking about a product that you're gonna put in your mouth, masticate, digest, and shit out. You cannot recover any of that shit, any of that money. And you telling me that that's more important than, I mean, you're telling me that that's less important than some transgender rights? What? Brian Philly Boy says 0 with 2,000 in food stamps. Yeah, but to qualify for food stamps, you got to be poor. Listen, I know if you from Philly, I'm from Philly. We love buying food stamps from somebody. I got me an access, got me an access card because times are hard, yo. Sometimes I gotta pray to God and be like, yo, please take me out of this thing. Please, yo, let me be the king. I said, just need to be a king for the day. Just want to have a place to play. Just want to have my kids around the way. Just want to have a little something to say. Yeah, times is hard as hell and it's getting real worse than ever. And I can tell that it's just going to get real bad. And sometimes I think about it and it makes me kind of mad. I don't know who to vote for. Yeah, the Constitution, who's it wrote for? All I know is that I'm trying to raise the rent, and I'm trying to make sure that the money gets spent, and I'm trying to save a couple of dollars, and I see a little shorty over there. I'm trying to holler, but I can't afford it. Can't take it out. Yeah, right now my future's in doubt, and I don't really know what directions I'm gonna go. But I have this story, and I tell you so. Yo, raise the rent, baby. Yo, no ifs, ands, no maybes. Yo, it's kind of driving me mad. And this thing's getting bad and worse and not sad. Yo, what you know about it? Do you got time to doubt it? I don't care who's in the White House. I'm trying to make sure that I pay off my shit with my spouse. Ownership is the key. You still paying that rent? That's on you, G. I'm trying to have my own. I don't care if I gotta still keep paying. I'm still in the zone. Everything is gonna be all right, but it ain't gonna be all right tonight. Tonight we got a lot of fish to fry. Yeah, I'm going out like a MacGyver. Yeah, I'm still alive. I'm a survivor. Yeah, yo, I'm a robber. Well, all right. Okay. All right. Okay. It says 300 and I cook everything from scratch. Just buy meat and vegetables. Okay. Family of 5, probably $425 a week. $425 a week. So you're telling me that's $1,300 a month. I'm sorry. That's $1,700 a month. That sounds like a big chunk out of the paycheck. You still got bills to pay. Chris says, I have lived on the East Coast to West Coast, New Mexico to near Canada. Okay. Says nobody can help where they are born or raised. You're right. But they can help where they represent and try to act like they're from. They can do that. Yeah, you can do that. I mean, you could clearly say, well, listen, yeah, I'm not from the West Coast, but I'm representing the West Coast right now because Suge told me to. You could do that. You could do that. Okay. Brian says, crab leg, shrimp, and steak until Trump and Elon find out real talk. Yeah. They say they look at Jug says a straight person. Oh, I'm sorry. As a straight person, in my own opinion, I think people blow the LGBTQ out of proportion and people try to make it seem bigger than what it is. If a person is gay, bisexual, etc., it doesn't matter. It shouldn't matter to you, not over all of this other shit. There might have been a time in your life where it really mattered because that might have affected your social scene and all of that kind of shit. Right now, as a grown man, you ain't got time for that bullshit. Yeah, really. They have their own lane. We have our own lane. We can both stay in our own lanes, or we can merge over. And, you know what I mean? We ain't gotta fight about this. But there are certain things that we are both in the same fight for. When it comes to this economy, when it comes to these high ass gas prices, they don't have no gay price and no straight price. When it comes to when you go to your grocery store and you want to buy some eggs, or you want to buy some chicken, or you want to buy some lamb chops, or you want to buy some steak, or you want to buy some spaghetti, or you want to buy some ground beef, or you want to buy some chicken, you want to buy some juice, you want to buy some cereal, you want to buy some crackers, you want to buy some pastry, some frozen goods, some produce and all that kind of shit. There ain't no gay price. There's no LGBTQ discount. Not that I know of. Y'all know anything about that? I don't know nothing about it. And it sure as hell ain't no straight discount. So we're all in the same boat when it comes to this shit. So why don't we fix that? Because the current administration said that they were going to fix that on day one, and we still out here waiting. I filled up my tank today. I had to use premium gas, and I believe it was $56. And it was only $56 because I had about a quarter tank. No, I had a little under a quarter tank. My late great stepdad used to always say, never let your tank go below a half a tank. But them prices wasn't the same when my late great stepdad was alive. So look, I can't afford to fill up when it goes a half a tank. $56. And I just filled up last week too. And I drive a hybrid. Shit is wild. Okay. Hold on. Chris says, I grew up in Santa Monica, California, to Richmond, Virginia, to Carlsbad, New Mexico, to Montana, and many places in between. Who cares where you're from? I think you're missing the point. Brian said, Chris, you a drifter. Chris says, I never had a choice. I grew up in 13 states. Yo, that's crazy. So where do you claim to be from? Or do you not have a claim? Brian, the Philly boy, says, Marvin Gaye warned us. Dave Figueroa says, you get the people fighting with each other, the government and powers are safe from scrutiny. You ain't never done lied, man. Jay-Z said, what's good, son? What's good with you? Thanks for coming through, man. I appreciate y'all. Please do me this one little solid. Please hit that like button. Please hit the like button. As y'all come on through, man, get comfortable. We having this convo tonight. We talking about transgender, jobs, or the economy. Please hit the like button. Hit the like button. I appreciate if you just hit the like button. So hit the like button. Hit the like button. I appreciate you. Just hit the like button. Share the show, man. Subscribe to the channel. You know what I mean? You can subscribe. I mean, we come here. We come here and get right every night. You know, we ain't trying to hurt nothing. We trying to help each other out. All right. Cheryl Halsey says, when I say 500 a week, I mean that's including household items we also put together in the house. Okay, I got you. Still, it's not like only food in the supermarket costs more. Food, I mean, products that you might get from hardware stores, you know, home building products, whatever. Everything is high. The cost of recreation, everything is high these days, man. It's ridiculous. It really is. It's ridiculous. What are we doing? Jug says, just the higher ups trying to cause more division in America. America has never been great, but I sure do respect the people who fought and tried to actually make it a better place. I mean, I'm 100% with you on that. I'm not trying to ride out with any particular political party. I don't give a shit. But I need to be able to afford shit. I like things. I do. I like shit. And it's getting to the point where a lot of the things that I like, I'm having to get them things used instead of brand new. I don't know about y'all, man, but I'm a gamer. I play PlayStation 5. I got 2 of them. I got two, but I've always had two. I had two PlayStation 4s. I had two PlayStation 3s. I only had one PlayStation 2. But, things like that. I like electronics and shit. New phones and all that. They just dropped the Samsung S25 Ultra. I want it. I'm like, I don't know. Brian says Walmart, Amazon, and Sam's Club controls the prices. Real rap. I got a little story about this whole Amazon thing. I got a story about this Amazon thing. This shit is getting ridiculous. I ordered a pair of clippers. Okay, hold on. Chris says half of my income goes to eggs now. Woo! Dave says, well, you can't have crispy bacon without eggs. Chris said, if they raise the price on a BLT, I'm out of business. So this Amazon thing. Now, I've bought things from Amazon for well over a decade. I was on that Amazon tip way before it got big and everybody else. I had a Amazon Prime membership when it wasn't a thing, when it wasn't cool. But I'm looking at this whole thing. I ordered a pair of clippers, a pair of trimmers, you know what I mean? Shit, line my beard up. When it came, when they dropped the package off, the package was open and the box seemed to be opened. So I'm like, what the fuck is going on? When I took it all out of the box, I even made a video about it. When I took it out of the box and everything, it looked to me like it was a used product. It already had clipper oil on it, on the blades. Now, this is not my first pair of clippers that I ever bought. So I'm like, no, it don't come pre-oiled. So I'm thinking that somebody probably bought these clippers and returned them, and then they sold them to me. And I'm not going for it. Because I don't know if they cut their hair with it or whatever. You know what I mean? That's sort of like bad juju as far as I'm concerned. Anyway, I returned the clippers, and they sent me a replacement. Don't you know the replacement did the same shit? I'm like, what's going on with Amazon? That kind of shit didn't happen before. All of the products that I bought before were new. What are we doing? Y'all know anything? So my iron broke. Yes, I still iron. I know a lot of people don't iron. A lot of people don't even know what an iron is. I still iron. I put the water in the iron. I use the steam on the iron. Burst the steam on the iron. Yeah. I iron. Plancha. Anyway. I bought a new iron. Same day delivery. The iron comes. The iron comes, and I believe this iron is used too. What's going on at Amazon, y'all? Is Amazon turning into the new Crazy Eddies? What we doing? What we doing at Amazon, son? If somebody know, please let me know. What we doing? What are we doing at Amazon? What's going on? Somebody give me some info. All right. Jug says a lot of politicians genuinely don't care about the average citizen. Two wings on the same bird, in my opinion. Well, I hold the same opinion that you do. Brian says Trump and Elon, they going to Mars in 2026. Trump ain't going. Elon will fuck around and go. Trump don't have the balls to go. I know that for a fact. Shit. He was scared to go to war. You think that motherfucker going to space? Shit. Jug says they going to Mars, but haven't even been back to the moon yet. I wonder why. Because they ain't go to the moon in the first place. You can't go back to a place you never went in the first place, Zach. They ain't go to no moon. They ain't go to no moon, Chris says. You have a great night, everyone. You know what I was cutting with those clippers? I never reuse them. I just get a new pair every time. All right. All right. Hit the like button, y'all. Hit the like button. Share the show. Hit the like button. Let me see how this poll is going. All right. Out of the poll, 15 votes so far. Do you think that that the transgender issue is as important as the economy or inflation? All right. 73% say no. 27% say yes. Interesting. 75% say no. 25% say yes. Interesting. Very, very interesting. I can't be mad at it. I can't be. I won't be. I ain't and I won't. Or should I say, I ain't and I'm not. I ain't and I'm not. All right. Let me see here. Okay. 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 So yeah, man, I just think it's absurd when we use certain things to distract our attention, or when the powers that be or the powers that want to be try to distract our attention from what we already know is important in our lives, the things that directly affect us, our loved ones, our families, our communities. We know what we need out here. So why are we letting people distract us and try to tell us what we want instead of us telling them what we want? We are the citizens of the United States. Politicians are supposed to work for us. And we've been letting them treat us as if we work for them. Now, if I'm lying to y'all, if this doesn't sound like it's making any sense, please pardon me. But I thought that the way it's supposed to work is that they are employees for us. They work for the citizens, whether we voted for them or not, whether we vote or not. They work for us. They are public servants. Why are we getting so far away from making sure that they acknowledge that? Why is that happening? Why is that even a possibility? How are we allowing them to wiggle and get past certain shit? Let me see. Ensign Neji says, "Sir, what is your occupation?" Well, I'm a content creator. That's my occupation for right here. Like, is there another occupation that would matter here? Like, what do you mean? What do you want to know? What do you want to know? Chris says, they shot Trump. He jumped up and said, fight. I don't think you would have the balls for that. He didn't get shot. That's number one. Something hit him in the ear, but he did not get shot. If you believe that Trump got shot and that his ear fully healed in a matter of a week or two, I got a Brooklyn Bridge. I got a Golden Gate. Which one you want? They're both very nice. That Golden Gate one is extremely popular. And he yelled, fight. Man, you can do better than that, son. Brian says, Crazy Eddie's transgender had them clippers shaving pubic hair. Neji, you said I'm saying genuinely. I mean, I don't like to talk about. See, here's the thing. When you start talking about your job, and especially where you work on platforms like this, they're able to actually hold you accountable for anything that you say. So that's the reason I don't discuss the company that I work for or what I do on this platform. That's not going to happen. I've seen some real bullshit go down because of that sort of thing. And it's not going to happen over here. Chris says, like you trying to distract me with that horrible drum beat. Yeah, well, this is my show. Distract you from what? I don't work for you. See the difference? Politicians work for us. I don't work for you. You don't work for me. Like, you don't even have to come to this show. Choice is totally yours. You don't hear me up here being like, oh no, Chris, you gotta come to the show, please, please, please. I don't say that to anybody. It's a choice. What I do is I create a title and content, and if it attracts people, if there's something that you would like to talk about, you come to the show. Other than that, like, I don't know what you look like. So it's not like we know each other. I mean, I'm glad you came through, but let's keep things in proper perspective. Let's put things in its proper context. I mean, give me a break. There's some things that you can compare, some things that you just can't compare. But anybody who gives me their word, I expect them to stand by it and keep their word. The same way as if I give you my word, I'm going to have to stand by it and keep it. All right. All right. So Neji says, you seem to be an astrologist. Hell no. The fuck out of here. Where you get that shit from? Nah, we ain't doing that. Brian says, y'all don't like the drums? Because Brian, like, what's wrong with the drums? Drums are cool. Fuck that. So I've said more before that question. Did you? I didn't see. What did you say before that question? Yeah, I don't see where you said anything before that question. Nope, I got nothing. I don't see you. All right. Okay. Chris says, it's not hard for people to figure out. Well, the craziest transgender Dale card, definitely. I don't know. All right. So yeah, I think the general consensus here is that the transgender issue, it may be an issue with some people, and it may be an important issue with some people. But I doubt if it's as an important issue as whether you're going to have a job tomorrow or not, whether you're going to be able to make enough money to pay your bills, have money left over. live the American dream, put away a little bit of money, be able to take vacations, enjoy life, dealing with whatever kind of recreation that you would like, that you deal in, participating in any hobbies or activities that work for you. I don't know. I'm able to make it through. At my job, I've had transgenders work there, and it's the oddest thing, but it's like, at least the policy at my job is that you have to use the correct bathroom. So we're not getting into any foolishness. Not that kind. Cheryl Halsey says, I love the drums. Appreciate that. Appreciate it. As a matter of fact, I might bring the drums back out. Chris says, I don't like the drums because my daughter is always sleeping and it wakes her up. Oh, you could turn down the sound. Give me a break. Give me a break. Would you don't have a volume on your phone? The tablet, laptop, whatever, you don't have volume on there? You can't just turn it down? No? Come on, Chris. Come on, man. Come on, Chris. I know you can do better than that. I know you can do better than that. Hey. So we're saying, what's that? Oh, okay. With the amount of money that we say that it costs to feed a family of 5, family of 4, family of 3. The thing is, food is something that we have to eat every day. Shout out to people who fast and all of that kind of stuff, but you understand the premise. We need food in order to live. There's no way around that. It's nutrition. It's not just, we're not just eating for fun. This isn't all Jolly Ranchers and pizza. But, gas in your car. You drive, you travel. And even if you just have a job where you travel to and from work, even if you are using your vehicle to make money, such as with Uber or Lyft or something like that, this is still a situation where how much money you make and how much is being subtracted from you is going to be a major issue. This is not something that can easily be swept under the rug or blown off as being insignificant. We just don't have that luxury. We don't enjoy that luxury right now. We are literally in the trenches right now. We are doing our best to try to make it out here. We're doing our best to try to make it out here. And it's getting tough. It is. It's getting tough for all of us. This ain't sweet. Chris says, I'm busy working on other stuff, so I can't use headphones, unfortunately. You can still turn it down. Like I got some beats on my phone. Let me show you what you can do, Chris. This is going to be easy peasy. And I'm just going to do this because I'm in the mood. So what's up, y'all? Now look what I can do. You hear me turning it down? Look, it's really low now. Can you even hear it? Can you? Let me turn it down lower. See, like this, your daughter wouldn't be able to see it. Huh? It's easy work, man.
What, man? It sound like an intro, you know? Just take the stress off. Okay, what nobody say.
Okay. Yeah, let me get out of here. I don't want to wake up anybody's daughter. I don't want to wake nobody's daughter up. I don't want to wake nobody's daughter. All right. Dave says, when I'm trying to save money for the month, I'll make a big pot of beans and just eat it with rice and cheese. Sometimes add taco meat and veggies to it. Whatever you got to do. I mean, if it suits your palate, I mean, it's working for you. I would say, yeah, do that. Brian says, Crispy, where you live now? Chris says, I'm in and out of the room, so I leave the volume a little high so I can hear when I'm out. You got a lot of excuses, Chris. That shit crazy. So if you leave the volume high, my voice carries. So the drums will wake her up, but not my voice. Because I'm a loudmouth. So I don't know, Chris. Brian says, them drums remind me of the Little Rascals. Really? I don't remember them playing drums on the Little Rascals. All right. I don't remember them playing drums on the Little Rascals. They played drums on the Little Rascals? I don't know. I never knew that. But fuck this. Yo. Let's play some drums. That got me in the mood. One drum. Two drum. Let's get stupid. Yeah, it's just a little taste of the bass. Not a lot. Not a lot. We ain't got to do it all day. It's just a little taste of the bass. Well, got me in the mood. Matter of fact, hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Get my... Okay, here we go. All right, now we good. Now we good. I feel refreshed. I don't know about y'all, but I feel a lot better. I'm going to find a way to drum my way through life. That's what I'm going to do. That's what I'm going to do. Chris says, sounds like my 8-year-old cousin when he was trying to learn to play drums. Nah, my shit funky. Nobody trying to hear that shit. Brian says, encore, Indian war dance. Word. Dave says, when you gonna bust out the finger piano beats? All right, let's do it. Let's do it. All right. We're just about done. Philly Bull says, remember when they had music in school? Yes, I remember it well. I remember it well. Steve Glansberg says, my wife's boyfriend does an Indian war dance. Well, yeah, shout out to your wife's boyfriend. Shout out to her husband, too. Whoever he might be. Whoever he might be. Chris says, time to play your recorder next. Nah, I don't blow on nothing. I let the next man do that. I let the next man do that. That's not for me, say. That's not for me. Hit the like button, y'all. Hit the like button. Hit the like button for the instrumentals. Fuck it. We about to do these birthday shout outs. We about to do these birthday shout outs. We have some birthday shout outs to do. Some people were born on this glorious February 25th, and they deserve to be acknowledged. So let's go about our business of acknowledging them, making them feel special because they are special, because they are special, because they are S-P-E-C-I-A-L. Look at the R-E-S-P-E-C-T. They are S-P-E-C-I-A-L. Look at the R-E-S-P-E-C-T. They are S-P-E-C-I-A-L. Look at the R-E-S-P-E-C-T. They get number one out the box, J. Marie Moore. Happy birthday to you and Grace Lagarde. Happy birthday, and also Shauna Ina Bino, and also Tamika Sanders. And I'm sorry, wait. I think we done. We were done. Only 3 birthdays today. I want to say happy birthday to all of y'all. Wait a minute. No, hold on. Robin Wilson. Anybody else? I think that's it. I want to say happy birthday to all of y'all and anyone else out there who shares this birthday on this glorious February 25th, anywhere out there in the world, worldwide, internationally, and universally. All of y'all go ahead and turn up. But don't turn up too loud. Just turn up loud enough so everybody can hear you. Rock out. Rock on and do the damn to rock out. Rock on and do the damn rock out. Rock on and do the damn thing. You do your thing, y'all. Represent the queens and kings. You do your thing, y'all. Represent the queens and kings. Good things happen to those who wait. Great things happen to those who grind. And anything can happen to those who go for theirs. So go hard, go for yours, and I said go hard, go for yours, and remember, yo, times are crazy, it's kind of hard. Yo, I don't know what we're going to say when the time comes around and it's time for us to really try to play what we play. Will you be ready? Will you keep your boat in the water now? Sometimes I wonder how we ever going to be able to take the slaughter down. Are they coming for us? Should we be paranoid? Are you really ready to avoid all of the problems that come your way and have something to say? I play how I play, and you play how you do your own. I'm going to leave you alone unless you call me to come around. And every time I see you, you're always down like a submarine, struggling to keep my sneaks clean. Can't have my foes be stepping up on my fucking toes. And who knows, one day we might be cool as a fan, like 2 bros. But for now, maybe we think differently. Shit. Time goes on, and I'm moving on, and I want anybody that tries to stop my flow, yo, that's not going to happen today. Hell no. Appreciate y'all for coming through. And I hope you do it tomorrow, too. Because we here every night trying to make sure that we get the story right. And the future's looking kind of bright. Think it ain't when it is. Yo, what's up with your whiz? Everything is all good. Right here where the people stood. Peace to all my day ones, my everydays, and my brand news. Love y'all to death. Resuscitate y'all. Love y'all right back to life. We will be back tomorrow night with another Daily Go Get It show. So make sure y'all come on through. Come on through. We'll have some fun now. Just me and all the gang. Learning from each other while we do our thing. Nah. Gonna have a damn happy Buddha. I didn't see you. I didn't see you, my dude. Oh, I appreciate you. Appreciate you always coming through with the good shit, man. Hold on. Let me give a Buddha some. You know what I mean? Yo! Appreciate you. Happy. Yo, thanks for the super sticker. Yo, thanks for coming through quick. What? Appreciate it. Not a joke. Mom's a roast. What? Appreciate you, my dude. Appreciate you mucho. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. All right, let's go. Okay. So hit the like button, share the show, subscribe to the channel. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, let's check the poll just before we get on up out of here. So out of 18 votes, with the question being, do you think that the transgender issue is as important as the economy or inflation? And 78% say no. Ain't nobody worried about the transgender shit, man. Lower them prices. And 22% said, it's a problem, son. It's a problem. All right. What up, Wes? What up, Wes, man? Thanks for coming through, man. Appreciate you. Brian says, Trump and Elon after Ukraine precious minerals. You already know. Yeah, it's going to be ugly. It's about to get ugly. All right, y'all. I'll holler at y'all tomorrow. Y'all have a good night. Be safe. At the end of this show, either you're going to bed or you're about to go to work. Either going to bed or going to work. Whatever you do, have a great time doing it. Be safe. And I hope to see you again real soon. Peace.